Oh, that's good. Oh, it's salty. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
I'm so glad.
Hey guys, good morning. You know, every time after I come back from a long trip, what I really love to do is go on a sort of a New York daycation. You know, just a day where I wander around the city and basically eat for the whole day. And typically when I did these food days in the past, I usually go for steak with my buddy Ben because, I don't know, I just really miss steak. Like all the time. You know, it's usually steak in Manhattan where I go to Flushing and grab some dumplings and noodles because it is in my general belief that the best Chinese food is in Flushing. But over the last few years, there has been a bunch of new and modern noodle and dumpling places that opened up in Manhattan and I've been wanting to try them out. So today, we're gonna have a noodle and dumpling day in the city. What's also really exciting and interesting about this is that Seamless, the sister brand of Grubhub, which operates in New York, they contacted me and wanted to partner with me on this food day. And what's cool about this is that a lot of the places I've been wanting to try out is actually on Seamless, except for south of the cloud, but they're gonna be on there in a few weeks. So Seamless is actually contacting these restaurants so I can go into some of the kitchens of some of them and get a chance to kind of get a little behind the scenes look at how some of the food is prepared, especially soup dumplings. Places I'm going to today, I've actually never been before. I've been wanting to go because I heard really good things. And guys, as you know, I really don't partner with brands all that often, but this is an app I do use all the time because I think I just like to avoid human contact when having food delivered. So I can't wait to try them out and let you guys know what I think about them. All right, let's start this noodle dumpling day. It's actually supposed to be a really nice day today, but I do live on top of a mountain, so the weather is just weird. The place I'm going to is a little Shanghainese place. They're supposed to have really good soup dumplings and thick fried, stir-fried noodles. And this place is a Shanghainese place I wanted to try out for a while, and oh cool, menu comes in a little envelope. A couple things that drew me here. Soup dumplings, 100%, and they have these big, thick, stir-fried noodles. So I'm gonna order that. And there's one other Shanghainese dish I love, which is called lion's head, which is just these massive pork meatballs that, if you make it right, like, I will forever be in your servitude because, man, I love that stuff. So I think I'm gonna go for the 2 soup dumplings here. And something else I wanted to get here but they don't have today is they had this big soup dumplings where you could drink the soup out of a straw. I tried that before at another place, it wasn't that good. I wanted to try it here, but they don't have it. Now I'm gonna get the poached dumpling in chili oil, pan-fried pork buns. These are awesome too. Also what's kind of cool is that they got a soup dumpling maker like in the dining room itself, and she's making all the soup dumplings. All right. This menu is making me hungry. Let's order because we got a lot of food stops today. They actually let me in the kitchen to see the soup dumpling go in the steamer, and they're cooking right next to it. This is gluten. This is such a popular Shanghainese dish. And look at the peanuts are inside. Wow, this just smells incredible. And this is also really popular. It's a sweet and sour ribs. Check out the vegetables being blanched in chicken broth. All right. Thank you. The crab. My favorite soup dumpling place, as you guys know, is in Qing, so I haven't really had soup dumplings in Manhattan. I'm very excited to try this out because it looks like it has a lot of juice inside. Let me try the crab one here. And as always, this is just my method of eating soup dumplings. You don't have to do it this way. I'll take a bite. Pour out the soup. Looks like a very good amount of soup in there. Almost entire spoonful. Scoop in some sauce. Soup is good, nice and porky. Add some sauce inside. It's just vinegar and hot oil. First food of the day. Juicy, porky soup dumpling. That's a really good soup dumpling. Nice crabby flavor. Just try the pork one. Oh, that's great. That soup dumpling soup. It's very xian, very fresh. I thought I dunked all the soup out, and you saw it on the spoon, but there's still so much of the soup left in that dumpling. It's excellent. The skin's not too thick at all. I love the filling to skin ratio. Seriously, guys, one of the top soup dumplings I had in Manhattan. This is one of my favorite Shanghainese dishes, pan-fried bun. These things, I expect them to be really toasty on the bottom, which they are. When you bite into this, it should be nice and soft on top, juicy inside, and crispy on the bottom. Oh, man. Oh, it's so melty. Nice, slight crunch. Beautiful, juicy meat. The dough for these buns, if it's made well, they should literally melt in your mouth. You guys see how juicy this is? Good Lord. All right, let's get this little dip. Oh my gosh. Wow. Like, it's literally juice flowing in my mouth.
That's excellent.
Dumplings in hot oil. Really little dumplings. How adorable. A little thicker than I like. I mean, it's still just like the bun itself. It's still really melty dough. Flavor's excellent. These ribs just came out. These are like really famous Shanghai sweet and sour ribs. That's tender. Slightly sweet, slightly sour. Shanghai pan-fried noodles. And then I got the meatball with my noodles. Giant meatball. It's a stir-fried udon noodles, nice and thick and saucy. You can taste the flavor from the chicken broth in each trend of the noodles. Slightly sweet, nice smoky fire flavor from the wok. I love how chewy these noodles are. Look at this giant meatball. Oh, dip that in some of the sauce. Look at that thing just shiny and glistening. Oh yeah. That's a good meatball. Taste that with a little noodle. It's slightly toasty on the outside, but inside should just be juicy, tender, flavorful pork. This thing is one of my favorite dishes of all time. It's so savory, it goes perfect with rice. What a great first stop on this food day. I'm kind of in the mood for some noodle soup, and that's why I'm so excited about my next food place. All right, let me finish up. We're gonna go. Now I ran into Chef Ken again. Dude, you're young. Oh yeah, I speak to him in Chinese. 你很年轻，你多大了？30岁。你30岁。I feel really bad about myself right now. 我比你大好多，但是我还不会做小笼包。That's like a shame to me right now. Like
每个人的技能不一样，学习方面不一样。
你从什么时候开始做饭？
我从16岁开始学厨艺。
like 上学学还自己学？
上学。
OK。然后你来纽约，然后你好像去了什么 Michelin Star？
我去过，一般性在法拉盛做过很多家店，然后在曼哈顿也有做过1、2家店。
你上海人 right？
对，
上海，然后一直在做上海菜。
一直在做上海菜。
你的小笼包是我吃过，可能纽约应该在曼哈顿是我吃过最好吃的。
谢谢。
Yeah, it's really good. The soup dumpling is crazy. 你教我怎么做？
没问题，你就随时随地过来。
Nice. No, I love this guy. Thank you so much for a great meal today. You're awesome. So Chef Ken said I can actually learn how to make one from this soup dumpling master right now. So here we go. The dough is really thin on the outside with a little bump in the middle. That's because that part needs to be a little thicker so the soup doesn't fall out. And those of you who wonder how the soup gets into the soup dumpling, it's not by a soup dumpling theory. It's actually because, of course, when the soup gets cold, it turns to gelatin. How come mine is like half the size with the same? Okay, wow. I don't know. I think I failed a little bit. So if you guys ate my soup dumpling, it wouldn't be good because it's hers, because hers had a lot more filling inside. I think it's pretty cute though. If you guys see my previous video, there's a place I go to in Brooklyn, Yuannan Flavor Kitchen. One of my favorite noodle places in all of New York City. I love their crossing the bridge noodle soup, especially the one that is dry and mixed with peanuts and spices. It's like the only reason I go to Brooklyn. I heard that owner's son just opened a place right here, and it's called Yuannan, or South of the Clouds. It's a fairly new place, so I'm gonna go try it out, let you guys know how it is. Love the story. I told the story of the crossing the bridge noodle soup before. Beautiful tale, beautiful, delicious food. Rice noodle, so it's not a big menu, which I like. This is the one that you always get. Crossing the bridge noodle soup. I think this is the version I love at the Brooklyn place. It's the cold rice noodles. Let me take a peek inside the kitchen as well. So those noodle soups have to come in these massive bowls. This is very traditional. And look at, this is the broth right here. And it's usually chicken, right?
The broth is mostly chicken and also some pork and some mushroom and spices.
So you can see, as you can see, the soup is very Chinese medicine-y. Some ginger, some goji berries. You see that Chinese herbal packet in there. And it's supposed to be very, very, very hot. This is the typical ingredients that goes inside a crossing the bridge noodle soup. The veggies. This is a special type of chicken that's really white feather, but it's got black skin and really dark meats. Tofu skin, quail egg, some chicken, pork, fish, and those are the rice noodles go into this boiling hot broth. You can see the oil on top of this broth, and there's a reason for that. Quail egg goes in, so fish just goes in, and this is raw, so it cooks literally in seconds. And the meat is sliced really, really thin so that it can cook very, very quickly, and that is why this soup really needs to be boiling hot. Then the chicken goes in, the veggies. Beautiful noodles. Oh, the egg broke. So the yolk is going everywhere. The meat's cooked already. So 过桥米线, crossing the bridge, rice noodle soup. That sounds really kind of weird, right? Well, there's a story behind that, like there is for almost all Chinese things. The story was, back in the day, there was a scholar and he was trying to study to take the imperial exam to become an official. To help him concentrate, he would study on this little island, and the only access was a bridge. So every day his wife would bring him food, and she would often bring him noodle soup. But by the time she gets to him from her home with the noodles in the soup, the noodles were soggy and the soup was cold. So she came up with an idea. She separated the noodles into a separate container, and also she covered the top of the soup with a layer of oil. This way the heat of the soup was trapped by the oil and the noodles were not soggy. Then when she would get to her husband, she would mix all the ingredients together and the noodle soup was delicious. And that's how 过桥米线, or crossing the bridge rice noodle soup, came along. That is the legend anyway. First thing, I gotta have the soup itself. Oh yeah. A little chickeny, a little porky. You can definitely taste a little Chinese herby flavors in here as well. This noodle dish on its own, I feel it's missing a little heat. Much better. This is good. Always love this chicken. Soda. This is the dry version of the crossing the bridge noodle soup. Something really kind of interesting is this. This is a douhua, or a tofu pudding. I've never seen this in a noodle dish before. But you're supposed to mix all this together. It's got some pork here, cilantro, carrots, pickled veggies, scallions. Just mix it all together. Oh man, that's great. That's a winner. I like the soft tofu element to this. It's almost like a sauce that covers the noodles. It has kind of like a fermented bean flavor to it. Love the meat. I would still prefer the Brooklyn one, the dry mixed noodle, more. My last noodle soup here. Look at this. This thing is very citrusy. I've never seen lemon in Chinese noodle soup before. Beef. It's got a tomato base as well. A little tomatoey. It's really spicy. I like this. I definitely get on board with this. The lemon not only does it make the soup a little more citrusy, because it's heating it and you're smelling the citrus of the lemon before you're eating the soup, and that's just a wonderful aroma. It's been like a minute since I took a sip of the broth. It's still tingling. My tongue is still tingling. Tomatoes making the noodles red a little bit. Beautifully thin piece of beef. Oh, that is nice and tender. Just from the scallions and cilantro. I like it though. I don't need to add anything to this. No hot oil necessary, no vinegar necessary. You're perfect the way you are. Wish I got more beef in here though. This is one of the desserts, soy milk cups. Kind of got a tri-layer cake thingy. And that looks like little rings on top almost. Oh, that's so interesting. When you taste the soy milk, I taste the cheese. Definitely takes out all the heat that's in my mouth. Now that that's put out the fire, let's continue with this food adventure. Oh, you know, after I go change my shirt. Hazardous of the job, you know. The next place I'm going to, I've been wanting to try for a long time. It's called Chongqing Xiao Mian. It means like Chongqing little noodle. I've seen a lot of these places pop up in San Francisco and New York. Haven't yet got a chance to try it. Now, of course, Chongqing flavors in China just embodies numbing and spicy. So these should be really fiery noodles right here. Let's go give it a try. They have Xiao Mian, which I'm thinking are thin noodles, and Dao Xiao Mian is one of my favorite noodles. And how they will cook that in China is that they put the dough on top of their head and start slicing it. These noodles, perfect for a cold day. I got 3 bowls, 2 soup noodles with different types of noodles. Check it out. This first bowl is got the thin, regular kind of xiao. This is what they consider xiao mian, like thin noodles. The second bowl has the dao xiao mian. Like I said, it's usually cut with a giant dough and it's sliced by a thin knife. So the noodles come out really irregular, variety of thickness and length, but it's supposed to be very al dente, and that comes with pork belly. Then I got one that's not soupy, just dry stir-fried noodles. Oh yeah. The flavor is just what I expected. Very spicy, slightly nummy. You can taste the Chinese peppercorn. Only thing is, it's a little saltier than I like. A little bit of Chinese vinegar might be able to do this a lot of good. Vinegar adds a nice umami element to it. It cools down the saltiness of the noodles. Nice and chewy. I like the texture. I love the meat inside. I think this is beef. Very excited about this. This is one of my favorite noodles in China. I love the texture of these noodles. Look how thick they are. I'm assuming these are gonna be really chewy, nice and bouncy. And they are. Same slight complaint as my last bowl. It is a bit on the salty side. This bowl is even saltier than the first bowl. It's a little less spicy than the first bowl, about the same amount of dumminess. If this was just slightly, like maybe 20% less salty, it'd be pretty magnificent, but whew, not even Chinese vinegar can really save this. The dry stir-fry noodles. This thing is nice and flavorful, slightly spicy, slightly peppery. Take this, dip it in here. That's actually a lot better. I think the things I really like about eating at this place is I love the spicy and nummy flavor of the noodles. I love the noodles itself. But saltiness, slightly too much for me. Guess who's here? What's up, buddy?
Hey, bud. What's going on?
Yeah. I gotta raise the camera a bit for this.
Yeah,
guy.
raise the camera, man.
Yo, so we usually get steak, but today we're going for noodles.
Yeah, noodles, man.
Ready?
I'm ready.
All right, man. Here.
Yeah.
Try some of the noodles I ordered. I just had the noodles, and I thought it was pretty salty. But if you think it's salty, then it's really salty because you love salt.
I love salt.
So that's the saltiest one. Try that.
All right. Oh, that's good. Oh, it's salty.
So you think it's salty?
But I like it.
Yeah. It's
like
a good
it.
amount of salt for you. Like this guy adds salt in his salt. So
I eat a lot of salt.
now we're gonna go up to 140 in Colombia. There's supposed to be a really good noodle place there. I really want to try. Ready for some hand-pulled noodles?
Yeah, let's do it.
You pick your noodle style first, and then you pick your preparation. Oh, there's jumbo dumplings as well. Let's just try a bunch of noodles. There's a chance we're not gonna finish this. There's a lot.
Slight chance. Wait, is it just noodles though? Or we have like any dumplings?
You got dumplings?
All right.
If you want a dumpling.
Yeah, you got dumplings?
Yeah, we got dumplings.
All right, nice. Nice.
Your eyes are way bigger than your stomach right now, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We ordered a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
This place is like kind of tiny. So I don't know if it can be spread out.
Look at me, I can't. There's no room here. Want to go to my office and eat? Let's do that.
Can we go to the office?
Yeah.
All right, let's pack everything up and take it to the office.
Let's do it.
To them, they think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people's eating it, but it's just you and me.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see how the food is. Ground beef and cucumbers, and the noodles.
Those
Yeah.
noodles are huge.
These are bian bian. I mean, they should be eaten right away, but you know, it took us like half an hour to get here, so it's a little stuck together now, but they still look pretty nice and stretchy. These are basically the noodles that are like chopped into pieces. Very excited to try this with chunks of beef here. The noodles are a little stuck together, but that's okay. They still look nice and firm. I think this is lamb soup here. You can, I think you can pour it into one of these bowl things. I think these are supposed to be the soup noodles, and these are supposed to be the dry noodles. And then, last not least, the little Chinese sliders. This one of them is pork, and this one is the lamb slider.
I like that. That's pretty good.
That's not bad, man. I think this is the beef. The other one's the lamb, and these are the beef noodles. The cumin noodles are great. Soup is nice and lamby, extremely chewy. Does actually taste like the pizza lamb soup that I usually get. Whoa, look at this. It's good. Oh my god. That's extremely doughy. This is definitely different than like the bian bian noodles. These are like uber thick udon noodles almost. A little too doughy for me because the flavor is not able to penetrate the noodles. I like the dry noodles. There's just more flavor in every single bite. All right, so this is the lamb burger.
All right, here's my question. Is it tender? Or is it a lot of chewy stuff in there?
It's tender for me, but I know you have like a Ben needs something really tender, otherwise you can't chew it.
Yeah.
But you might probably be able to do the pork thing though.
I'll give it a shot.
It's a bit on the salty side, both of these, but the flavor is there. You probably like this.
Salty?
You like this,
try that.
yeah.
It's like that Chinese pork.
Yeah, but it's super juicy. Go squeeze that
Yeah.
pork, man. Let me see that. Oh, dude.
That's good.
Let's try this. That's a good dumpling. Chunk of filling inside, right? Like that? Very good, huh?
That's good.
You like noodle day better or steak day better?
I like both. Or you like steak day better?
I think it's good to change it up every once in a while.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Maybe next day we'll do like a pizza day.
Oh yeah.
This is what noodle day is all about. Eat a bunch of noodles with your buddy and dumplings. All right, we're gonna feast. Be right back.
That's a long day of noodles and dumplings. All right, so dessert.
Let's do it. What do you say?
All right, well,
Let's get some ice cream.
okay. Well, this episode, like I mentioned to you guys, is sponsored by Seamless. So let me see what we can get delivered here, dude. Spot desserts.
Yeah.
Dude, Spot dessert.
Let's do it.
Yo, I love Spot dessert. Crispy.
Krispy Kreme.
Was it Krispy Kreme or Spot dessert?
Let's do Krispy Kreme.
Really?
Let's
Oh
do
my
Krispy
god.
Kreme.
Seriously?
Now, what do you want to do? Spot?
You know what? I want some ice cream as well. So
All right.
let's get the big orange. All right, dude. Our dessert's on the way.
Nice.
And guys, of course, Seamless is an online delivery company that basically, for me, it's just when I'm so lazy, I just type some stuff in. When I don't want any human interactions, I can have food delivered to me. It's pretty convenient. You go on your app, you put in whatever you want, and then it's sent to you. Like, that took me, the whole dessert order took me like 2 minutes. And this is actually the first time I ever had desserts delivered because
I've never had desserts delivered.
I can't believe I had desserts delivered. Like, it's like, usually you walk to dessert because you want to try to burn up as much calories as you
Yeah,
can.
you try and burn it off. But here we're just sitting around getting fat, ordering dessert.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
It's the perfect thing to do.
It's a beautiful day. Ooh, Baker's Choice dozen. All right, so we're kind of, discussing about desserts, like whether we should get Spot or Krispy Kreme. Just get both. We got both.
Why not?
I can't believe this is delivered to us. Oh. There's one that looks like a little chicken or something. This is a matcha cookie. Look at this.
Wow.
And of course, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, is sponsored by Seamless. You use Seamless, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I use it a lot. Actually, I used to use it a lot when I lived in New York, but it's just a really convenient way. It's like when you're not feeling like cooking anything, if you forgot your dessert, I mean, there you go. Get some dessert. Deliver right to you.
Yeah, in New York, I definitely use it.
If you are living in New York, you can get $7 off your first Seamless order of $15 or more. And all you gotta do to take advantage of that is, of course, first be a New Yorker. Go to the link in my description box below. Use my promo code MikeChin. Finish, like I said, $7 off your first order of $15 or more. Yo, I love anything. Oh, this matcha cookie is like bleeding matcha on the inside. I think we'll pop this in the oven. Even better.
It's crispy.
I like the raspberry.
Actually,
What do you like? You
No, I don't
want
like
that
the
little
filling.
pink thing?
yeah, maybe the pink one.
Yeah, I think that suits you. Taking this raspberry thing right here.
Cheers, my friend. Cheers.
So good. I love Krispy Kreme so much. You don't even understand. I eat this whole box.
Oh, those 2 bites could take me a long time to burn off.
Oh yeah, yeah. If I ever have my heart just completely stomped, I'm gonna eat like 4 boxes each. Leave it with the rest of the donuts, okay? It's just safer with you. I don't trust myself. All right, I'm gonna go.
All right.
Thanks for the dinner.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
See you next time.
See you next time.
That's a huge food day, but really good to see Ben again. Got a full stomach of food in me. It's just... Let's see how the drive upstate is gonna go. Oh, finally back to the country. Even though I've been thinking about nothing except for sleep the whole drive up, there's something I gotta do before. So a lot of you guys wonder what kind of fitness routine I do to kind of not turn into a sumo wrestler looking guy. This is something I keep in my house. When I get home a little late or when I'm a little too lazy to go to the gym. When I eat a lot and come home, I'll do 30 minutes on the treadmill, 30 to 40 minutes on the stationary bike, 20 minutes or so on the rowing machine. Then it's usually an arm workout and ab workout for another 30 minutes. This is a lot different than what I used to do at the city, which is run outside and go to the gym. But of course, being here, I really don't have the luxury of running outside much. So this is what I do when I'm not at the gym. Gotta get started on the workout so I can go to bed. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I'll see you later.